Tonight we are playing Arkham Horror the card game, beginning the Dunwich Legacy campaign on Easy. Prologue. Dr. Henry Armitage pours himself a glass of Pinot and sits down at his desk, gesturing for you to sit across from him. I apologize for the short notice, he begins. His face is pale, his forehead sweaty and wrinkled with worry. Armitage, the head librarian of Miskatonic University and a former mentor of yours, privately contacted you in the hopes of gaining your assistance. Eager to help, you made your way to his home in Southside. Upon entering, you were surprised to find his home in disarray. Books and notes litter his desk, and an empty bottle of wine has tipped over onto the ground by the fireplace. You'd always known Armitage to be neat and well organized. The elderly man takes a moment to collect his thoughts. I am looking for two colleagues of mine, Dr. Francis Morgan, Professor of Archaeology, and Warren Rice, Professor of Languages. Warren was supposed to meet up with me over supper earlier today to discuss several important findings, but he has since gone missing. At first I thought nothing of it, but I have a nagging feeling something else is going on, a very familiar feeling. You've never seen Armitage quite this worried before. His hands tremble as he reaches for the glass on his desk, and he sips from it nervously. I tried to find Francis, hoping he knew where Warren was, but he is too out of touch. Francis has been spending a lot of time in some gambling den, or so I'm told. I sent for you because I am worried Warren might be in trouble. I would appreciate it greatly if you could find him for me. You may also wish to ask Francis for help if you can reach him. At this point, the investigators must decide whether to look for Professor Warren Rice at Miskatonic University, which would set us into Scenario 1A, extracurricular activity, or try to track down Dr. Francis Morgan at the Clover Club gambling den, which sets us in Scenario 1B, the house always wins. Sarah is the lead investigator, playing Jim Culver, a mystic character, the musician, and I am playing Jenny Barnes, the dilettante, a rogue character, and we have chosen to play Scenario 1B, the house always wins. We've already set it up, so you don't have to watch all of the shuffling and setting aside, but here we go. Dr. Armitage suggested you track down his associate, Dr. Francis Morgan. He's not sure whether Dr. Morgan is in trouble, but he's not particularly happy with his colleague's present choice of company. He's in the Clover Club, a notorious gambling joint somewhere downtown. Finding the club's exact location isn't easy. You have to grease a few palms just to learn which of the downtown restaurants operates as the club's front. That restaurant is La Bella Luna, a somewhat upscale Italian eatery by the theater. You change into your Sunday best and make your way there. In front of La Bella Luna stands a man in a pinstripe suit who sizes you up as you approach. Enjoy yourselves, he says with a snake-like grin as he holds open the restaurant's front door. And that leads us into turn 1. Each player begins the game with 5 cards in hand and 5 resources. You then have access to a Paris mulligan, so you can choose any number of cards in your hand, set them aside, and draw an equivalent number more before reshuffling. I am going to put 2 back. I have no character weaknesses in my opening hand, so I don't have to reshuffle and redraw any of those.
I'm back.
No weakness?
No.
Okay. Very good. During a turn of Arkham, there is no player structure, so just because Sarah's the lead investigator does not mean she has to go first. We can decide amongst ourselves who goes first, who goes second. So long as you take all of your actions in your turn, that's all that matters. Each player can take 3 actions per turn, and you can do them in any order you like. There is no magic turn structure to it. But before we get started, let me read the agenda and the act to you. The agenda is kind of the bad stuff that's happening, what the enemies are looking to do, and the act is what we're trying to progress to win. Agenda 1A, the Clover Club. You have entered the Clover Club casino in search of Dr. Morgan. The club is bustling at this late hour, filled with patrons looking to relax and drink, or make it big. You don't appear to be in much danger. Rules text: each criminal enemy gains aloof. Forced: if an investigator deals damage to a criminal enemy, immediately advance to the next agenda. Act 1A, Beginner's Luck. You need to find Dr. Morgan. The club is packed. Perhaps somebody knows where he is. Rules text: as a reaction, when we reveal a chaos token, which are in this little bag, and instead of using dice in this game, you use little tokens. When we reveal a token, you may treat that token as if it were any other token in the bag. If you do, remember that you have cheated. We can only do that once per round as a group, so only one of us can cheat per round. We have an objective when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, which is 4 times the number of investigators, so we need 8. We must immediately spend them in advance, so we can't time out when we spend the clues to try and kind of game the system. As soon as we hit 8, we move to the next act. And now we come into turns. First or second?
You go first.
Okay. I'll take the first action. We begin play. Our characters are here at La Bella Luna. La Bella Luna was a multi-purpose establishment. When we reveal it as we arrive, it has 2 shroud, which is the difficulty of investigating this location to collect the clues that we need. 2 clues on it. And it also has an action, resign. This was a bust. The music is cliche, and they only serve spaghetti. And as far as covers for underground speakeasies go, it's not particularly creative. Now, a resign action means that should we decide that we're either too beat up or we're just unequipped to find Professor Morgan, we can just bounce. And the game still accounts for that. There's not really a win or loss, per se. So for my first action, I am going to spend 1 to play an asset. Lone Wolf. I can exhaust that at the beginning of my turn to gain 1 resource if I am at a location by myself.
You put 2 clues on there?
Yes. I'm also going to play an emergency cache as my second action to gain 3 resources. And then I am going to move my character as my last action into the Clover Club Lounge. Comfortable leather couches, mahogany furniture, and an array of beautiful art greets gamblers, tempting them into the life of the would-be affluent. 2 shroud location, no clues. While it is Act 1, Clover Club Lounge gains: discard an ally asset from your hand as an action. Gain 2 clues from the token pool. Limit once per game. Also in the Clover Club Lounge is the Clover Club Pit Boss. He is a criminal enemy who hunts down the highest intellect character. He is a hunter, so he follows us around, but he does have aloof right now, which means he's not trying to fight us. However, if we pick up a clue while he's at our location, he will attack us. That's it for my turn. And it passes to Sarah.
I don't really have any cards I want to play, so I think I'm going to go move twice. Right, I can go up there?
Mm-hmm. Take 2 move actions.
Yeah.
To the Clover Club bar. The shelves behind the bar sag beneath the weight of all manner of bootlegged drinks. Cheap ales, moonshine, expensive bottles of wine, aged whiskey. If only you had a couple hours to kill. A 3 shroud location, 0 clues. While it is Act 1, Clover Club bar gains. Action, spend 2 resources. Gain 2 clues from the token pool and draw 2 cards. Remember that you have had a drink. Limit once per game. You got 1 action left.
I'm going to just take a resource.
Sure. That ends the turn. There are currently just 1 enemy in play. He's not going to prey because we are tied for the highest intellect. That's what he goes after. So he's just going to stay at my location for now. And I ready my character. We both gain 1 resource, and we both draw 1 card. Alright, then we get into the Mythos phase. The agenda gets 1 Doom. When it reaches 4 Doom, we advance. And we each draw an encounter card. These are kind of the bad things the game throws at you to get in your way, what you're fighting against. First, second.
Cursed luck. Put cursed luck into play in your threat area. You get -1 skill value during skill tests.
Ugh.
Forced. After you succeed at a skill test by 1 or more, discard.
Cool. So that will sit in front of Sarah and just be a nuisance until she can succeed at a skill check by +1. I draw mine. I got a curse luck as well.
Ugh.
So we both have -1 to our skill values. Skill values are these numbers across the top of our characters. You use them for just about everything in the game. And then we roll into the next turn. First or second?
Go.
Okay. My first action is actually going to be... Oh, right, I forgot. I get 2 resources at the end of the turn, because I'm Jenny.
Well,
My first action will be to go to the Clover Club card room. Oh, and I get 1 resource from Lone Wolf. As you approach the card room, the clinking of poker chips and the shuffling of cards is punctuated by shouts of revelry and frustration. Your thoughts are nearly drowned out by the racket. 3 Shroud, 0 clue location again. While it is Act 1, Clover Club card room gains action, spend 2 resources. Reveal a random chaos token. If it is an elder sign symbol, gain 2 clues and 2 resources from the token pool. If it is an even number, gain 2 clues from the token pool. If it is an odd number, or a skull, cultist, tablet, elder thing, or tentacle symbol, nothing happens. So yeah, I think Jenny's going to sit down at the table, and she's going to play some blackjack and kind of ask some patrons if they've seen a guy fitting Dr. Morgan's description around. So I reach into the chaos bag. I get a 0, which is treated as an even number, so I get 2 clues. 1, 2. Jenny's super rich. She'll try again. Doubling down. Ugh, tentacle token. Nothing happens. I could cheat. Jenny's not going to press her luck just yet. And it passes to Sarah. Right? Yeah, that was 3 actions. A move, gamble, a gamble. Sweet.
Okay. I let this one go to waste last time, so I'm going to go ahead and play it now with my emergency cash.
Okay. Gain 3.
And then... what happens if I move to your location?
Nothing. You could come gamble, or you could take a drink while you're at the bar. Ask some of the other drinkers if they've seen Morgan.
I can't see any of this.
You spend 2 resources in action. You draw 2 cards. You get 2 clues. And then you remember that you have had a drink.
Okay, well, let's do that.
What kind of drink do you think Jim would order?
Oh, I don't know.
What's he look like? What kind of guy? You don't have to come up with one.
Something with an umbrella.
Something with an umbrella. Good. He's going to order a 20s mojito.
It's like gasoline.
Okay, so you get 2 clues. You draw 2 cards. And you've had a drink. You do still have one more action. Or two. Yeah, one. You played emergency cash. You got a drink. No, I'm not going to give you any hints. I'm going to leave it up to you.
What?
Yeah, let's have the fun. We're not psychic.
We could be.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a mystic.
You are a mystic.
Add that to my repertoire of spells. Is
Talk to my teammate in their head. I don't want to influence your decision.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Okay. So, Sarah moves to me. During the enemy phase, nobody's there to be attacked. However, he is still a hunter, so he does move to where we both are. So he comes to the card room. He doesn't like these people hanging around, gaming the table. At the end of the turn, we ready everything. We get our resources. And our card. Alright. The Doom advances. And we each get our encounter cards. I'll go first, second. Another curse lock.
No.
I've actually had that happen on this scenario. It's terrible. What'd you get?
A human criminal syndicate.
Okay. That's okay. Because all criminals are still aloof. So he's just in the card room with us.
He goes in there?
Mm-hmm. He's aloof. He doesn't engage with anybody. He's just kind of...
While this guy, O'Banion's thug, is engaged with you, you cannot gain resources.
Ooh. Good thing he's not engaged with either of us. He is aloof. I don't know where you want to put him. You can go there, next to us. So we know what location he's at. And then my draw. I got an Arousing Suspicions. Oh boy. Uh-oh. This is bad. You wouldn't happen to have a ward of protection, would you?
No, I have a lot of things.
That's okay. So we end up with Arousing Suspicions. Revelation. Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. If no doom was placed, lose 2 resources. So that puts a doom here and a doom here, which makes this reach 4. So the agenda advances, and all doom clears when it advances. Your questioning has drawn the attention of several men, hired thugs by the look of them. Francis doesn't want to be bothered. One of them says, "We suggest you leave the premises before we force you to leave." Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. If the players have completed extracurricular activity, advance directly to Agenda B. We have not. If the house always wins is the first scenario in the campaign, advance to Agenda 2A. So here we are.
We gotta put
2A.
Arousing Suspicions back in the treachery deck.
You sure do.
Can we do that right now?
Yeah, go ahead while I'm reading this one. Agenda 2A, Underground Muscle. Most of the other patrons seem oblivious to the mobsters and goons closing in around you. But you recognize this for what it really is. You're about to get roughed up. None of the criminals have the aloof keyword anymore. So they are going to engage us right now, because we're at their location.
Great.
So, who do you want to take? They are at the same location as us. So you can take one. I can absolutely kill at least one of them. At least I'm pretty sure. I don't have a weapon out yet, actually. But that guy's pretty easy to evade. I can take them both. I think. Actually, okay, I've got a plan. I will take this guy, the O'Banion's thug. So he engages with me. I'm going to give you the pit boss, if that's cool.
Okay.
I have a plan. Don't worry.
Oh, we both have our stupid cursed luck, too.
I know. Oh, I know. Okay. I am going to Action 1. I am going to attempt to evade as one of the general actions you can take. I'm going to attempt to evade the thug who's on my case. I have -1, but 3 agility versus his 2 check. So -1 puts me at 2 to 2, so I'm equal. But I am going to discard, or I'm going to commit 2 cards for a total of 3 additional agility icons to put me at +3. So as long as I don't get something that gives me a -3 out of this bag, I'll evade him.
And you get rid of your curse lefty.
Yes. And so long as I don't get something that's -2, I get to take a bonus action because of quick thinking. A 0. Excellent. He is evaded, so he's exhausted and still at our location. These cards that I discarded from my hand for the icons go to my discard pile for being committed. As my free bonus action, I'm going to pay 2 resources to play Sneak Attack, deal 2 damage to an exhausted enemy at my location, which nixes that guy. For my second action, I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to go completely broke, playing my character asset, Jenny's twin 45s. I paid 6, so I get 6 ammo on my guns to fight with. And, oh, right, Curse Luck clears because I passed the check. And as my third action, since I can take the hit better than Sarah, I am going to engage the Clover Club pit boss. So he comes over and starts fighting me instead. Since I just garroted his buddy, I guess it makes sense that I'm more threatening than the musician in the purple suit. Your turn. And it's got real quick.
Okay.
It's up to you to get the clues. Go, go, go.
There's clues here, right?
Well, that one you have to gamble for clues.
Right.
But yes, there's an infinite number of clues there, actually. So long as you can successfully gamble twice, we can advance and we can catch up to the agenda deck.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Spin 2. And then it's not a skill test, right? It's
Nope. Just a reveal a token.
So what do I want? I want a star.
You want a 0, a 2, or a star.
What about a negative? Does it matter?
A -2 is okay. You want even numbers or a star. Hey, so you gain 2 resources and 2 clues.
What?
What a hit.
Oh,
Doom.
reaching for them.
Okay, so still got 2 more actions.
I don't know.
What's the plan?
I don't know.
I feel like gambling's probably the right call, so that we can get the clue, because we got to get moving here.
All right. Let's do it.
Action 2.
Man.
Which hit? Wow, a 2 again, so no resources, but we do get the clues. So we spend all of our clues. All of our clues go away.
They'll go away right now?
Immediately. Mid-turn. And we advance. After speaking to a number of gamblers and servers, it seems as though Dr. Morgan has had quite the run lately. Instead of cashing out his winnings, he was convinced to double down. He was last seen entering the guarded hall near the back of the card room. Put the set-aside darkened hallway into play. If it is Agenda 1, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a criminal enemy is discarded and spawn that enemy in the darkened hallway. We are on Agenda 2, so we do not follow that text. Act 2A, Skin Game. Dr. Morgan is somewhere in the private section of the club, where only VIPs and the club managers are allowed. If you are to find him, you're going to have to sneak or even fight your way in. Objective: only investigators in the VIP area may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. And we do need 4 clues now. So, shloop. Look at me, so sneaky, I had it ready. You got one more action.
Give me $1.
Want $1? Move into the new place.
Oh my gosh, too many things to do.
Darkened hallway. A heavy oak door stands in a secluded corner of the club. As you approach it, the air grows heavy and the clamor of the card room fades behind you. Forced round, 0 clues. Forced. When darkened hallway is revealed, put into play the 3 set-aside back hallway door locations, which I sneakily already have here. Give them a quick shuffle, even though I have no idea which ones are which. All their fronts look the same. And we're going to go 1, sorry, Peril, 2, and 3. Now, you'll see on the cards, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but each of these have a little symbol in their top corner, and each of the locations have something on the bottom. Those are what connect locations. So I know it kind of looks like I could jump in there, but I do have to go through the hallway to get into those rooms. And the hallway is only connected to the card room. That's everybody's actions, though. So in the enemy phase, he's engaged with me, so he clocks me in the jaw for 2 damage. We ready up. We get our resources. We get our card.
What happens if you have more than 8 in your hand?
If you have more than 8, you discard down now. While she's doing that, we put a doom on the agenda. The current agenda only has 3 before it advances. And then we each get our encounter card.
No, thank you. Pass.
Now you have to be playing a seeker deck if you don't want to. Particularly Daisy or Rex.
Twist of Fate.
Oh.
Reveal a random token from the chaos bag. If you reveal a star symbol or positive number, nothing happens. If you reveal any other number, take 1 damage. If you reveal a skull, cultist, something else,
Elder Thing, tablet, and tentacle.
Yep. Take 2 horror.
Ooh. The bag is there.
And it just goes away after?
Yes. Yeah, it's just a 1 quick something spooky happens. Wow, man. Are you kidding me? 2 elder signs. Craziness. Nothing happens. Twist of Fate was actually on the encounter deck, not on us. The deck's like, no, you're supposed to take 2 horror. I get my draw. I get another curse luck. My goodness.
Well, yours is already got. If you had 2 of them out, would it be -2 then? On
yes, correct. It's rough. Okay. First or second? You can go first if you want. I'm just going to be tussling with this fool.
I'll go, because then I can start revealing some of these.
Sure. Yeah, start exploring the hallway.
It's a back hall doorway. You approach an unmarked door toward the back of the Clover Club. Well, this is the back alley. We can get out this way. This has a resign on it. A steep, narrow staircase ascends to a second unmarked door. To your surprise, it leads into a back alley behind La Bella Luna. This must be where they smuggle in their goods. Alright, we've got 1 clue for each player on here.
Cool.
So that's just investigating stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty low shroud too. Only 1 shroud. So that's a pretty easy test. You could even pick those clues up before you go check another room out. It's always good to spend the clues before
I have to go back to the hall before I can go down the other.
Correct.
Rooms.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the little book symbol, right?
Correct. So you're at +2 right now, just innately. Jim has a 3 intellect, which is a pretty safe number to be at on easy difficulty, as +2. 3 is almost a guarantee.
Well, I have this skill that I think I'm gonna put
right.
down.
You're only at +1
Because cursed luck. It does give me 3 wild card.
Oh, good thinking, inquiring mind.
So then I can get rid of this cursed luck if I'm successful.
Sure, but you're at +4, so like, barring tentacles.
All right. So what do I need for this?
Anything that's not tentacles, in a very literal sense. Cultist, -3. What did I say you're at? +4?
Well, I've got 3 here.
Right, so you're at 2 versus a 1 +3, put you at 4. -3, so you do succeed by 1 or more, so Curse Luck clears. Also on Cultist, -3, if you succeed, gain 3 resources. Got a fat stack of cash. Jim's just rolling in money. And then your Inquiring Mind discards as well. You get a clue. And you still have 1 action. Pick up that last one. That's pretty easy to investigate. And now you are at +2, just even if you don't commit cards.
Okay, well, I've been pretty lucky. Worst that could happen is I just fail, so.
True. You're Jim Culver. You treat skulls as zeros. That's your character ability.
Neat.
So you get the second clue. And the back alley is clear. And you'll see on the back alley, it says Victory 1. Victory 1 on a location means that if there are no clues on that location, when we end the game, we get 1 experience, which I will explain after the scenario. And that's all 3 of your actions, right? Okay. Oh, Jenny's turn to try and pop a cap. Okay. I don't have a super strong chance of evading right now, thanks to this stupid curse luck. So... Oh, and well, when my turn begins, I exhaust Lone Wolf as a reaction to get a free resource. And then I will try and shoot this goober. So I spend 1 ammo for the fight action on my guns. I get +2 fight for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. So that puts me at +1. Yep. Yeah, the +2 brings me up from 2 to 4. He's got a 3 fight value.
Not that I don't want you to succeed, but...
Oh, no, yeah, we don't want to break the rules, especially when we're on camera. Skull, -2. You may spend 2 resources to treat this token as a 0 instead. I'm going to go ahead and do that to deal 2 damage to the Clover Club Pit Boss, which then also means a succeed by more than 1. So my stupid curse luck is gone.
Yay.
Which will make this next shot just that much easier to land. Second action, shoot the other one. Now I'm at +2. No cultist, no tentacle. -1. Great. That deals 2 more damage to his 4 total. killing the Clover Club pit boss. However, I'm going to set him up here because he has victory 1. So he is worth an experience point.
Killed a guy. He wasn't even a monster.
He's a mobster. Jenny's just not good at spelling. So, she's been in France. So her accent's all screwed up. So, she thought you said monster when you...
Kill all the mobsters.
That's 2 actions. And then for my third one, I'm going to move into the darkened hallway so that I can start trying to help out with the investigation. Enemy phase. We are clear of enemies. Upkeep phase. Everything ready. So we got our resources. We got our card. Still no weakness, huh? Pretty lucky.
Don't say anything about it.
Okay. We get a doom. And we get our encounter cards.
The worst part.
Cursed luck. I think we've hit all of them.
No, it's not cursed luck. I've got a, how we were talking about mobsters and monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Got a mobster.
Uh-oh. So he spawns engaged with you.
After a mobster attacks you, lose 1 resource. You better scram, pal, unless you're hungry for boot, leather, and lead.
Good. What are his, what's his stat line?
222.
222. Easy enough.
So I could punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Beat him with my horn.
You would have to hit him twice, though.
With my horn.
I can just step in and shoot him. Okay.
He goes...
In your threat area.
Oh.
He is engaged with you. I get mine. I have hunted down. If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, hunted down gains surge. There's a lot of additional attacks that I'm not going to read because there are currently no unengaged enemies. So surge means I draw a new one. Kind of a built-in fail-safe. Swarm of rats. 1 fight, 1 health, 3 dodge, hunter. So there's just a pack of gross rats nibbling at my ankles in this hallway. Okay. And action. First or second? Do you want me to go first?
If you want.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can help you out. I'm going to action 1. Oh, well, I'm alone, so lone wolf at the start of my turn. Get a free resource. Action 2. I'm just going to try to kick the rats, since they only have 1 health. I don't really need to go 4 over against rats, nor do I need an extra damage for their 1 health. Hey, Elder Sign. I get +1 for each resource. Yeah, that thing's all over the place.
It's because I put Braille on it so we can both tell when we pull it out of the bag.
Don't tell them. So I kick the rats. Get out of here. That's my first action.
Kick it.
Second action, I'm going to step out to Sarah's location in the back alley. And then I will third action engage, because I don't mind getting donked for 1 health and 1 resource. And Sarah's turn. The engage was my third action. That's another one of the general actions that any character can take.
Well, I'm gonna go 1, 2.
Where does this door go?
The VIP area.
Ooh.
While you are in the VIP area, you cannot draw cards or gain resources during the upkeep phase.
Ugh.
The coppery smell of blood assaults your senses. The floor is littered with broken glass, and the upholstery has been torn to shreds. Where is Dr. Morgan?
Dun, dun, dun.
There's
Shroud and clues?
3 shroud and 2 clues, 1 per investigator.
Okay. You've got 1 more action.
I'm actually not too worried about not gaining a resource or a card because I'm already at hand capacity, so...
And you've got just so many resources.
Stacks of resources, so I'm going to just go ahead and...
Jenny's getting skeptical here. Jim claims to be some kind of mystic magician, but I haven't seen anything magical.
Well, he says he plays his horn when the dead get rambunctious on his card.
Fair enough. I thought he said
magical to me.
The dead were rambunctious when he played his horn.
That's fair, yes. The words rambunctious and horn are on this card.
They are. The words horn and rambunctious.
His rambunctious horn is dead.
How many permutations of Jim's flavor text can we come up with? Alright, last action.
Let's investigate.
Sure. You are at even. Something to consider.
I mean...
Unless you got, like, something to get into play, or... The agenda is going to advance at the start of the next turn. So, just something to consider.
Because of Doom, or what?
Yeah, because of Doom. Yeah, it's going to take over.
So does it matter? I mean...
No, it really doesn't. I mean, so if there's anything you want to get out, kind of get set up a little bit, or...
Oh, no, I don't really have anything, like allies or anything.
Sure.
But,
Sure.
And I only have one move left, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, what happens when it advances? Like, the...
We'll find out.
I know, but
we don't know.
What about with the clues on the card?
Well, that's fine. They stay there.
Okay. Because I want to clear it for the victory points.
You have to clear it for us to advance anyways. So we only have 2 clues out of the 4 that we need.
I don't know. I don't have anything good in my...
You don't have to play anything. You could just try to investigate. No assets to get into play. No. Just sitting on all events. It's a thing. It happens.
Well, I could put my candles down. It's if I get a...
Any non-number token, right?
Yeah. Or star.
Yeah.
Or tentacle. Get +1 skill value for this test. But is it only the head one? Only the...
Oh, no. That's just... Pips are just... You can just discard those for those types of tests.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, those don't have anything to do once they're in play.
Alright, well, let's do that. I'll do the thingy.
Cool. Alright. Enemy phase. This guy...
Oh, that was my last one to put it out, right? Okay.
Correct.
I just got confused.
You're
I didn't play anything like that last time I played.
This guy goes all Tanya Harding. Whacks me with a lead pipe. I take the damage. I lose a resource when he attacks me. And the agenda... before that happens, technically, it's upkeep. So we ready. We get our resources. We get our cards. Uh-oh.
Did you get a weakness?
Character weakness. Searching for Izzy. Revelation. Attach searching for Izzy to the location furthest from you. Should be the entrance. Double action, investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, discard searching for Izzy. When the game ends, if searching for Izzy is still in play, Jenny Barnes suffers 1 mental trauma. For you listeners, a mental trauma is at the start of every scenario we play after this one, means that I start with 1 sanity damage on my character, if that is still in play when we end this game. You didn't hit a weakness, did you?
Nope.
Oh.
No, but I do have to discard because I think I'm...
You played 1. You should be okay, right?
Oh, I have exactly 8 in my hand right now.
Cool. The agenda advances. You hear a crash from somewhere outside and screams of pain in the lounge. A terrible monstrosity smashes through the entrance to the club, crushing the stairwell and knocking over gangsters and patrons alike. Spawn a random enemy from the set-aside Hideous Abominations encounter set in Clover Club Lounge. Shuffle the rest of that encounter set, the set-aside Striking Fear encounter set, and the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. Move all investigators and unengaged enemies from La Bella Luna to the Clover Club Lounge. Remove La Bella Luna from the game. Hey, there went my weakness. How fortuitous. We're going to go ahead and take care of all that kind of upkeepy stuff before we advance here. There they are. Pick one of those. That one. Spawn him in the Clover Club Lounge. Servant of the Lurker. He's a 4 fight, 5 health, 2 agility.
Sorry.
Preys on the lowest agility, so that's the person he will try to engage. He's a hunter, so he does start moving towards us in the enemy phases. Forced. When Servant of the Lurker attacks you, discard the top 2 cards of your deck. He deals 2 physical and 2 mental damage when he attacks you. And he is worth a victory point, so if you kill him, you get a little XP. Get that action. Yeah, get that curse luck back. Okay. You want to shuffle that while I read? Agenda 3A, Chaos in the Clover Club. Amidst the chaos and confusion, the strange abominations attack everyone in the club. Screams echo through the halls as the blood begins to spray. Forced, at the start of the enemy phase, discard each criminal enemy in the same location as an abomination enemy. And we have 7 doom threshold on that. And now we draw our encounter cards. Now that we're all done advancing and shuffling and shenanigans. Curse luck again. Oh, I was kind of joking, but...
No, it's not.
What'd you get?
Something's in the drinks.
Hey!
Each player who had a drink loses an action. And surge.
Oh, so draw another one.
Again, no. Rotting remains. Test 3 heads.
Willpower?
Yep. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror.
Okay. So a skill test of 3. 3 testing a willpower of 3. Jim Culver has a willpower of 4 inherently, so Sarah is currently at +1 for this test. She could discard pips of willpower if she wanted to go a little bit higher to be safe. Although you haven't taken any sanity damage, so even if you like super hard whiff it.
Well, that's okay. I've got so many brains in my hand.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna put a little +2 on there.
True. And then if you succeed, you draw a card with guts. So it replaces itself. So you're at 3 over.
It says max 1 committed per. What does that mean?
You can put
that...
2 guts. You wouldn't be able to discard 2 guts to a single skill test. With Sam Winchester on it.
So what do I need?
No tentacles. Sweet. Cultist. -3. If you succeed, gain 3 resources.
Okay, so I get
2.
a card.
Correct.
For guts.
Mm-hmm. And 3 resources.
I'm gonna have to start taking resources from your pile.
My goodness. That's fine. I haven't spent my money. Okay, my encounter card. A Rotting Remains as well. Ooh, Jenny doesn't like that. I have nothing to commit, so I am at even with this. 3-3.
Can I help you?
You not on a treachery test. Well, no. Well, you can't anyways because you're not on my location.
Fine, but
You're at
close,
my location.
Close to your location.
That's what Min's for. With her character.
Yeah. That's not attached though.
I drew a skull. -2. I may spend 2 resources to treat this as a 0 instead. I don't really have anything to spend my money on otherwise, so I'm going to go ahead and spend the 2 to not take any sanity damage. I'm okay with that. Okay. First or second?
You go.
Okay.
You've got this monster mobster to take care of.
I am action 1. Opening fire with Jenny's twin 45s. Putting me
Is this done?
at, yes, puts me at +3. Oh, right, Lone Wolf, +1 resource. I'm alone. +3 to this fight test. +1. That dude is shot in a back alley. That was action 1. Action 2 will be to move to the darkened hallway. And I think action 3 is just going to be to step into the VIP area with you to help you out with any enemies you might drop. Just so we can get investigated and get out of here. Your action.
Okay, we need 2 more clues, right, to advance our thing?
Correct.
So I might just spend my turn investigating right
Sure.
now. All right. Well, first I'm gonna put this. Let's see, it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, Rite of Seeking.
Well, 3 go on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 charges. So I can investigate using willpower instead of book smarts.
Correct.
If you succeed, discover 1 additional clue at this location.
Mm-hmm.
So it already puts me at an advantage because my...
Yep, and considering you only have 1 more action because of something in the drinks.
Oh, great. I forgot. It's because of what's in the drinks, you see. All right, well, let's investigate, and then
Sure.
hopefully I'll end up with both of them.
So you're going to spend a charge. So you've got a willpower 4 versus Shroud 3. So you going to pitch anything to go higher?
Because it's all brains, right?
Yep, all willpower.
Well, we'll just be extra sure, and we'll do...
Pretty sure there's only 1 Inquiring Mind in that deck. So.
well, no, but I can discard more than 1.
Oh yeah, you can go nuts. Go ham pitching cards to test.
Let's go. That
Cool.
gives me +3.
Awesome, which puts you at 4 above.
So as long as I don't auto-fail.
Correct, yeah. Barring tentacles, you got this.
All right. Come on, star token.
Oh my god.
There is not
kidding me?
anything on the token, I swear. I made the joke, but...
This is more than I've ever seen the Elder Sign in any scenario I've ever played.
Okay.
So you get both
So-
clues. Hooray! And
These guys
it does not cost an action to spend them to advance. So we can do that right now.
Okay.
So, those clear. If the players have not completed extracurricular activity, okay, so we read the first part. You find Dr. Morgan gambling in one of the VIP rooms, but he appears to be playing cards with 2 unconscious bodies, his pupils dilapidated as though in a trance. He can't seem to stop laughing, smiling, and chatting with the other players. Put the set-aside Dr. Morgan into play in the VIP area. Advance to Act 3A, all in. Act 3A, all in. With or without Dr. Morgan, you have to get out of here, fast. While Dr. Morgan is not controlled by a player, he gains action, parlay, test willpower 3 to shake Dr. Morgan out of his daze. If you succeed, place 1 clue from the token bank on him. If there are 1 clue per investigator on Dr. Morgan. Take control of him. So we gotta parlay with him twice to shake him out of his stupor and get him to come with us.
Do I continue to have -1?
No, that's just for that action. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready? He is a hunter, so he moves to the clever card room.
What do I get for having a drink on the job?
We ready? We got our resources. We got our card. Whoa. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but my cowlick just caught us cheating back there. Both Sarah and myself picked up cards and resources despite ending our turn in the VIP area. Unfortunately, it's a pretty glaring mistake that does affect the game state of the next few turns. I promise going forward, we're going to read the cards and remember the cards. Anyways, let's get back in there and see how this plays out. We get a Doom. And we get our encounter cards. Uh-oh.
No, I don't have weakness. I'm just reading.
Okay, you were very focused.
No,
Do you want to draw first or second for encounter? I guess you go first. That's our tradition. Curse luck?
Yes.
Yes! It's our favorite card. And I got a Twist of Fate. Reveal a random token from the bag.
Star symbol.
Elder sign. Oh my god.
Ridley's new token bag for you
I
is
promise
very
we
lucky.
can't see inside this bag. If I reveal an Elder Sign symbol, nothing happens.
Does it surge?
It does not surge.
Cool.
We are lucky like that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first.
What?
Yeah. Cause I'm neutral on this willpower test. Which I guess so are you, but I can't really pump myself either on it. So
For willpower stuff?
yeah, for shaking him out of his stupor. And I assume we want to rescue Dr. Morgan.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so what do I have to do?
It's a willpower test of 3.
Alright,
Sure.
so I've got 4.
Currently even with because of curse luck. Part of me wants to try and kill him so bad.
Okay, well let's just go. We'll discard Inquiring Mind.
There's no clues here. You can't.
Oh, mother. That's okay.
She was gonna follow that up with Hubbard, like Wreck-It Ralph. She didn't forget we're on camera at all.
I didn't say it. I'm still in mom mode, thank you. Okay, well, I'm not going to use that ability anyway, so let's add 2
Sure.
willpower.
So you're
Yeah.
+2. Check it.
Alright, lucky bag. Come on, Elder Sign.
Even. Cool.
0 works.
So your curse luck clears. We put a clue on Dr. Morgan. You got 2 more actions. And we do have to get 2 clues on him before he'll come to.
Well, I'm back to my regular willpower, right?
Correct. Yes, you are back to 4.
Okay, well, let's try and do it again, but I'm not going to put a buff down.
Okay. So just +1. No cultist. 0.
0 again.
Sweet. So Dr. Morgan gets a second clue. And he joins you.
Yeah. Does that mean these are my clues too, or?
No, they're just indicators. Okay. Jenna. Now that we've got Dr. Morgan.
Hey, wait. Do I still have a
Oh,
So-
right, our objective. I forgot to read it when we advanced.
I know, but do I still have a, because I did 2 of my parlay things, do I still have a...
Yeah, you have one more action.
Okay.
I was just gonna, objective, if each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. So our goal now is to just get out of here.
Oh, well... Let's see. Let's go here.
3. Cool.
Do I want to do that?
To the hallway.
Assuming this guy doesn't come and kick my butt.
I want to kill him so bad. But I also want to get us out of here. So what's the plan here? I think I'm going to try and plan on killing him. Hey, and you left. Thank you. When my turn begins.
You're welcome.
Gain a resource for Lone Wolf. Action 1. Spend 4. For Beat Cop. As an ally, apparently this policeman heard the commotion from outside and was like, what's going on in here? So Copper's coming with Jenny. He doesn't need to know. He shot a bunch of mobsters in the face. Action 2. I will step into the darkened hall. And action 3. I actually think I'm going to pick up a card as my third action.
Because he'll move in here with us during the enemy phase, right?
Yes. He does engage with you, though, because you have the lower agility.
What?
However, if you can juke him, I can pick him up and pop him. Okay. So, end of the turn. Or, enemy phase. Servant of the Lurker steps in, engages Jim, and pops him for 2 and 2. I guess you could put the 2 physical damage on Professor Morgan if you wanted. He is with you, and he has 4 health.
Yeah, whatever.
Your choice. And here's your sanity damage. Yeah, Dr. Morgan only has 1. All right.
This weird trance going on.
We got our resources. We get our cards. And we get a Doom in the Mythos phase. And we get encounter cards. Okay. P.S. Playing a card provokes an attack of opportunity, so he will whop you if you put down a card before you try to fight him.
So you just need to bounce, right?
Pretty much. You can help me fight if you want, but... Oh, draw your encounter card.
Oh, right. I don't want to do that. Ugh. Rats?
Just rats. You've got all of the enemies. Okay. I don't have to spend an action engaging him to shoot him. I just risk hitting you.
What?
That's all. I was just making sure that the test wasn't harder if I'm...
Well, if you miss, will you at least try and aim at the rats?
That's actually a survivor card called Oops. If you shoot at something and you fail, you can deal the attack damage to a different enemy at your location. Okay. Did you draw your encounter? Oh, you got rats, right?
Yeah.
And I got a conglomeration of spheres. A 1 fight, 6 health,
Ugh.
4 evade, hunter, preys on the lowest willpower, which is me. Forced, after you perform an attack against the conglomeration of spheres using a melee card, discard that card. So he just kind of glops up your knives and stuff. But I shoot people, so that's okay. He deals 1 physical and 1 mental damage when he attacks. Okay. Here we go. What's the plan, Stan?
I'm thinking I'm gonna try and
kick the rats first.
Well, does that mean he attacks me though?
No, because you are a fight action, and an evade action don't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh well, he's only 1, so I really don't even have to add anything.
No, you got to fight out of 3, right? So you're already at +2, so you can just boot him.
So we'll probably just get that over soon again.
So sass. Cool. -1. Kick the rats. Get them out of there. Yuck. Nice.
Okay.
Don't try to run from it. Because if you run, well, you could try to evade it if you wanted, I guess.
What do you mean? Like with this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have a 2 agility. Oh, gosh.
Well, I can...
And I'm at your location. I have a card I could help you. So. I could help you evade him. And I can bang, bang, bang.
Okay. You want me to evade him?
You can, because then you can move out of here. So as your second action, you could evade. And then as your third, you can move to the back alley, just so you can start getting out of here.
Because I have a card I can discard to give me an extra.
Are you going to evade?
Yes.
Okay. I can help you out with +1.
Okay. Well then, I'll do mine too. Because if we're just trying to get out of here then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm going to kill him before I get out of here.
I can't help you with punchies
if you're not in my location. Yeah, but if you evade him, then he's not engaged with you. And if I shoot at him, I don't run the risk of hitting you.
Okay. Well then, I'll discard this guy for...
Sure. Putting you at +2. +2 to evade, right? Cool.
Unless I could take the hit and use the card and move to a revealed location.
No, he comes with you if you move.
Fine. Okay.
+2. No cultist. Oh, auto fail. There it
We've been
is.
too lucky.
So that discards. You could use your third action to try and evade him. I can help you again.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I can discard. Well, I guess...
There's the auto fail. It's got to be around here somewhere. Been too lucky.
My ritual candles don't even help. If I put this down...
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad idea, actually. 'Cause that's a wild icon. So you could say, no cultist, because I can get you to +2. Cultist is the only thing that's -3. So then it's literally just no auto fail.
Okay.
So, there you go. Extra +1. Nice. On the money.
And this one goes...
Yeah. Okay. So he is exhausted at the location. Cool.
That was 2 of my actions, right?
No, that was your third, because you
That was
failed.
my third?
You failed evade. You kicked rats.
Right.
Failed
I
to
forgot
evade.
about rats.
Succeeded.
I forgot about rats.
Yeah. So yeah, you're good. Okay. Time to start shooting. My beat count does give me an inherent +1 fight, which puts me at even with this guy. So I am going to try to shoot. So that puts me at +2. I can't lone wolf because you're here. That's fine. I don't need the money at this point. -1, so I deal 2 damage to the lurker. Shoot again. +2. A 0. 2 damage. To Servant of the Lurker. I am going to reaction discard Beat Cop, deal 1 damage to an enemy at my location.
Oh.
To deal the 5th point, kill him. Which still leaves me with 1 more action. And with that action, I am going to... Yes,
Did either of us get attacked by the lurker? No.
You did.
I did?
Yes. Oh, did you? Yeah, I forgot to have you discard the top 2 cards you did. You haven't drawn anything since then, so
nope.
It doesn't really affect anything. Oh, no. Yeah, 2 things to pick up clues. Then we're done with clues. So, I guess as my 3rd action... I don't really want to provoke an attack of opportunity, but I might just drag this thing to the exit with me, just so that I'm there and ready to resign. Like, it's not that much damage, and I'm still looking pretty okay. So I'm going to action 3, step to the back alley. This thing moves with me and attacks me when I move for 1 and 1 terror.
Do I take anything for that?
Oh, that's what your damage is from when he moved and attacked you.
Oh, alright, okay. From that previous one. Okay.
Correct. Enemy phase. This thing attacks me again, because it's still engaged with me. So I take a damage and a terror. We get our resources. We get a card. Cool. We ready up. We get a Doom. And we got our encounter cards. Everyone's favorite step.
Dissonant voices. Put into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events. At the end of the round, discard.
That's not too bad.
Could be worse.
And O'Banion's Thug, another enemy. GZ Pete's. Well, O'Banion's Thug is engaged with me. I cannot gain resources. He is again the 4 fight, 2 health, 2 evade, 2 damage. Are we gonna have a problem here? And he is engaged with me once again. And it's our turn.
Do you have to defeat your enemies before you can...
I don't. Actually, resigning is another one of the actions that does not provoke an attack of opportunity. If I resign, though, they do plop onto this location. So if you want to go first.
Yeah. Are we good?
Do you have a Delve Too Deep?
A what?
Do you have a Delve Too Deep in your hand?
No. Suppose I could draw and see if I get lucky at the top of my deck. For
You
one
could just
of
draw
my...
1 card. I mean, really, like... Did you really?
Yeah.
No way. It does cost an action, so you won't be able to resign this turn. But if you don't move...
That was 1 action.
Correct.
And then
And playing will be a second action. And then you have to move here, and then a 4th to resign. Yeah. So if you just move out here with me.
Okay.
Or you could stay there. Yeah, whichever works.
What do you want me to do?
That's up to you. Either way, because I've got enough bullets and fight in me to be able to take care of this thug.
Draw 1 card from the encounter deck, then add Delve Too Deep to it. You just want the victory stuff?
I do want the XP really bad. I'm gonna get greedy if you got it.
This is an event. I cannot play this.
Oh, you can play this turn anyways. That's right. Thanks, Dissonant Voices. Well, that's okay. Just move out here with me. That way we're ready to resign. And you got one more action. So that's a draw, a move. Get a resource, I don't even know.
I don't need a resource, but I could draw again, right?
Yeah.
I just hope it's not my weakness.
See what happens. No weakness? Nice. Man, I think it's buried. Okay. So for my action, I'm going to... action 1, evade O'Banion's thugs, adding 2 to my agility, putting me at +3, so no auto fail. Zero. So he exhausts at the back alley. And I draw a card for manual dexterity being committed. Oh, no. My other weakness, my mystery weakness, haunted. Revelation, added to my threat area. I get -1 to each of my skills. That's still okay with what I was going to do. I'm going to, as my last action, use the last round in my 45s. Fire the last bullet off of these. And that puts me at +3. I'm going to play Double or Nothing, which doubles the difficulty of this test. He only has a whopping 1 combat. So that puts him at 2 combat, gives me a wild icon, so puts me at 5 fight. So I'm still at +3. No auto fail to deal 4 damage to this thing. No auto fail. 4 damage to the conglomeration of spheres. And for my last action... Oh! Not even as my last action. Amazing! My last two cards, viewer. I'm going to spend 1 for a fast action, or a fast card, doesn't cost me an action. Play only during my turn. Put an item asset into play from my hand. So Jenny's 45s are discarded, and I put out the 45 automatic with 4 bullets on it. At the end of the turn, if the 45 automatic is still in play, it goes back to my hand. But I just needed to deal the last 2 damage to this conglomeration of spheres. So I will pop. Even with the -1, I am still at +2. Because the +1 from the 45.
Do you need an extra fighty? I can discard something for you.
If you want to put me at +3, just to make sure Cultist doesn't screw me over.
Yeah, here, I'll put this spell down.
Oh, toss a shriveling.
To give you an extra
shriveling magic bullet. Elder Sign,
yeah.
+5. To pump the last bullet into this conglomeration of spheres. Oh, right. When he died, he goes in the victory display. And that was my last action.
And this guy
Gun goes back to my hand. That clears. Enemy phase. He's exhausted, thanks to evasion. Upkeep phase. He readies as well as our stuff. So I'll go ahead and take him. It's fine. Not a big deal. We get our resources. We get a card. Still no weakness, huh? Man, I hit all of mine. Oh. Right, I don't get my resources, because he readies. So, he's engaged with me, so I can't get my resources. It doesn't matter, we're going to resign.
Right.
But
well, we need a treachery, right?
We do. We do still need a doom, a treachery, or an encounter card. Rats again. Boy, they just love you.
That's not the second time I've gotten rats.
And for me... Yeah, but when we play Carcosa, you got them like 3 times.
And like the roach swarm. Gross.
We went through all of those. The Rotting Remains for me. I'm at -1, but I've only got 2 horror damage. The absolute worst I can take is 3. So, no commit. I'm at -1. Oh, I take all 3 horror damage. Ooh, Jenny's a little stressed. All of a sudden, the rotting remains, she's back out in that back alley. That mobster she shot earlier. It's like, it's catching up with her conscience here. It's just too much to handle. Okay. Are we both resigning? Is that...
Well, I have my delve too deep, but...
Oh, yes.
That means...
We get 2 more encounter cards. I'm okay with that.
Really?
I really am. I really am.
I shouldn't have told you.
Do it. Do it.
Alright, well, let's pay 1.
I'll put it up here. I delve too deep. You can draw first.
First.
Right? Nothing test. Oh, you do get bit by rats for playing that first.
That's
so
okay.
1 damage.
I can deal with that.
Attack of opportunity.
If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, hunted down gains surge.
Okay, so discard it. It's the only criminal who is engaged with me.
Place 1 doom on each criminal enemy at your location. If no doom is placed, lose 2 resources.
A doom. That puts us at 5 of 7.
At your location? So,
He's here with us. Rats aren't criminals.
depends on how you look at it.
That was great.
I
Okay,
don't know.
let me get mine for this delve too deep. Hey, rats. Okay, so mine was nothing. Okay. Second action resign for you? Get crazy, kick the rats and then resign. Shut up, rats.
Well, I mean, I've got 3 punchy punchies.
Good.
Let's do it.
Kicking rats.
Kicking rats.
+2. Oh, +3. Professor Morgan gives you
Oh, I do get
plus fighting fights.
Oh,
Nice. Kick the rats.
Kick the rats.
Third action resign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you need me.
No. So Jim leaves the board. I'm way too banged up to screw around with anything. Resigning does not provoke any attacks of opportunity, so Jenny's resigning. Jenny is out of here. Alright, all in. Each undefeated investigator has resigned. Advance. You escape the club, doing your best to look inconspicuous as several cars pull up near the street. A handful of grim-faced men and women exit, running toward the restaurant's entrance to take control of the situation. One of them catches your eye, his hand on the grip of his .38, but thankfully, he turns his attention back to the rest of his crew and follows them into the club. You breathe a sigh of relief. If an investigator resigned with Dr. Francis Morgan under his or her control, Resolution 2. What in the world? Dr. Morgan finally breaks out of his daze as you make your way to safety. You ask him what he remembers, and he sputters and shakes his head. It's all a haze, he explains, visibly exhausted. I was having the run of my life. Perhaps I'd had one too many shots. But those creatures, I haven't seen anything like that since... He trails off, and you can tell that his mind is racing. His eyes widen with realization, and his face pales. I may not be in the best shape, but I'll help with your investigation, whatever it takes. In your campaign log, record that the O'Banion gang has a bone to pick with the investigators. In your campaign log, record that the investigators rescue Dr. Francis Morgan. Any one investigator may choose to add Dr. Francis Morgan to his or her deck for the duration of the campaign. This card does not count toward that investigator's deck size. If any player cheated, add 1 or Elder Thing Chaos token to the Chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. None of us cheated, right?
Cheated.
Each investigator...
You could have, but you didn't want to.
That's right. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Proceed to scenario 1A, extracurricular activity. So there you have it. There's the end. We had pretty much 2 turns left to count. If you counted that out, we were at 5 doom of 7, or 4 doom of 7. At the end of that turn, it would have ticked over to 5. So we were a little pressed for time. Not too bad. Got out. We read the story. Like I said, I was going to explain victory at the end. That 5 points in between scenarios, there are cards in the game. You'll see this. There's these little loopies. You can't really see it on this. But there will be little dots filled in underneath the cost. Those are cards you can't include when you first start the game. So they are experienced cards. And you can spend the points you earn from your victory to upgrade your deck in between the scenarios. So we each earned 5 experience to spend on our decks before we go play extracurricular activity to improve the quality of the deck. If you enjoyed this, I'll also record extracurricular activity the next time we play it. And yeah, thanks for watching.